Today we're going to be looking at a product by Peak Design. It's actually in their mobile series. They call it SlimLink. And what SlimLink is a universal cell phone mount. Now when I say universal, they make them in cases, right? They have specific ones. But if your case or your phone they don't have the case for, or maybe you just really like your case, they also sell this as a separate piece that can adhere to your favorite case. You know what I like about this? I like how it just connects and it won't let my phone go. That's pretty sweet. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to check down the description for my social media. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at this cell phone mount to see if it's any good. All right, so let's take a look at Mobile by Peak Design. And this is their cell phone system that has like a magnet hook to the back. You can use it for your bike, your car. There are wall mounts. It's pretty sweet. So if we look at their case right now, and the only case that they make as per this video is for the iPhone 11 Pro. And you might think to yourself, man, that stinks. I don't have an iPhone 11 Pro. Guess what? Neither do I, but I'm still doing this review. I'm an Android user, but I also have an iPhone 10. Anyway, so what I do, since I don't have the iPhone 11 Pro, I'm gonna look all the way over here, and there's a universal adapter. So that's how we could hook it up to any other phone. There's a wall mount, there's a car mount, there's a bike mount, all sorts of things. So let's do a quick unboxing to check this out. Ready? All right, so right here I have everything unboxed. I've got my tripod, I've got my wall mounts, I have my universal mount right here. This is the mount or the case for the iPhone 11. I've got my bicycle mount, and right here is my car mount. You can see how that goes. So let me just show you this real fast. So this is the iPhone 11. If you have that, they make this already, and see their proprietary square back here. Well, what happens is, as you're using this, you hook it up to your bike. So this is the bike mount, it hooks right in. But you might notice, I can't get this out. Well, on the bike specifically, they have these two push levers. You gotta push in to take out, right? That's just for added support. Well, then I also have my car mount. Look at this. It hooks in pretty tight. I'm really impressed, and I'm looking forward to trying that out. Sorry. I also have a wall mount. Now, that doesn't have the little square piece there, but it still hooks via magnet, so I could hook this up to a wall. But what we are going to concentrate on in this video is the universal adapter, because I'm actually going to hook this up to my iPhone 10 and see if I could hook up to these mounts and what I think of it. So now, let's go install this. All right, so as the quarterback to this video, I'm going to call an audible. Look what step 1 says. Clean the back of your case or phone with the provided wipe. And here's the wipes I'm talking about. See, I thought you had to install this on the back of your phone. Most things say you cannot put them on a case. You know what though? I use, as my daily driver, this Note 20. So I'm going to actually clean this spot, hook up this piece right here, and utilize this. Won't that be sweet? Because then I can use my car adapter, or I can use my bike adapter, or my wall adapter, or even the sweet easel that came with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Is right now, I'm going to clean the back of my Note 20, this case, install the adapter right here, and get going. All right, so because I want to make sure this is extra clean, I'm going to clean this entire square area, maybe just the rest of the case part, because I like to make sure it's extra clean. And then I'm going to let this air dry. So I'm going to give it about 10 or so minutes, let this air dry, and then install the magnetic piece. Okay, to install SlimLink, and that's just what the company calls their adapters and their other pieces, they call it SlimLink. You actually have this alignment guide, and you're supposed to line up the hash marks on each side so you can almost get a centered piece. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line that right now so I get to the center, and then I'm gonna hook up my piece. I should say the company recommends a smooth case, nothing that's leather, nothing that's silicone, nothing that has any kind of bumps into it, because you get your best adhesion there. I've actually lined up left to right. Up and down I couldn't really do because my cameras had such a big profile here. It just didn't. So I'm in a place where I think would be perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to peel off this adhesive, or semi-permanent adhesive that they say, and I'm just going to set it on there. All right, so now I'm just going to push and hold and let that sit for a little while so I know I have a permanent bond. A few minutes later, this is solid and secure. Now, I do notice that it might be a little closer to this side than that, but you know what? In the end, I think it's pretty good. I will say the company says if you want to remove this, you have to wrap dental floss around and really pull because you are breaking the glue off. I'm actually really excited to try these different pieces on there, because if I just hook up this, it comes right to the easel and I can set my phone up and watch a movie. I've got my car attachment. I've got my bike attachment. I even got some wall attachment. It's pretty sweet and I'm looking forward to testing it out. Now that we've hooked it to the back of our phone case, let's talk about the 3 mounts. Well, the bike mount is easy. So I'm going to hook this part right here around my handlebars or whatnot. And I have this all ready so I can check GPS, the time, whatever I want to do when I'm biking. The wall mounts, it actually tells me, you know what? Hook this to a painted wall, hook it to a wooden surface, hook it to something that's not magnetic, therefore you can stick your phone to. Now the car mount has the same adhesive on the back here as it does on the back of the actual universal adapter. So that's cool. So you're going to find a small rounded place that you can put this on. I really like the profile because it's not that big. I can find a flat surface in my car to hook this to and secure it. Therefore, I can click my phone right to it and have a nice tight fitting. I mean, I'm shaking that and it's not coming up. So tell me, what are your thoughts of this Peak Design cell phone mount? Is this something that you would use? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. All right, so when you're going to install this in your car, make sure you pay attention to where the ball actually bends. It goes pretty far up and down here, but left to right, not so much. So it's important for you to install it in a place where you're able to pivot in the directions that helps you see as the driver or the passenger the most. Let's go do that right now. All right, so I'm looking for a place I can install this car mount. My first idea was right about here, but then my phone hit this piece and I blocked the hazards and I just didn't like it there. Then I thought here seems like a good spot because this is like a smooth plastic, but then I blocked the buttons and the vent. Same thing on this side. So then my thought is, you know what? I'll do it right over here because in this installation, I can face it to myself as the driver and I can still see it. Plus, if I'm the passenger, I can face it that direction. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna clean this spot and install it right now. All right, so let's peel off the back of this 3M sticker. Just like that. Now I'm going to install this piece. All right, so I'm going to push and hold right here for at least 30 seconds, and then I'm going to let it cure or harden for a total of 24 hours before using it. Here it is installed on my dash. I like how it's not like an eyesore. It sort of blends in. I like the coloring. It matches my dash. I also like the functionality of it where I can move it and turn it up and down. It looks like it's pretty convenient location. Now this has been setting for over 24 hours, so I did let the glue completely cure. So I've been driving with this phone mount for about a week now, and I really like how strong the magnet is. Now you might see some what looks like shaking or jostling, and that's really the camera that I'm shooting with, not as much as the phone. The phone sits really, really straight, and I like that. I like that I could use it for navigation. I also like the placement that I chose because it doesn't block any of the instrument panels, it doesn't block my vent, and so I really have good range of motion. Plus, if I was in the passenger seat, I could always just angle the mount, and over there I can watch a video. Pretty convenient. All right, so now that we've tried and tested this in a car, let's go try it on a bike, and then maybe we'll try out the wall mount. Let's do that right now. All right, so first things first, I want to select a location to put my bike mount, and I'm probably going to put it right about here. Now the kit comes with two different spacers. There's a smaller spacer and a larger spacer. I've already pre-fit these, and I've realized that I actually need to use the smaller spacer, so when I stick this on and I put the bike mount on, it really connects to there. The bigger spacer was just too big, and so I knew that already. So then I'm going to use the enclosed Allen wrench and loosen this piece right here so I can open the hinge all the way. So let me just do that. And now I can open the hinge like so. I'm going to wrap it around the spacer and tighten it down. All right, so once it's tight, then I can put my phone on there and hit the trails. All right, so once you tighten it down, you should not be able to move it. I've tightened it down really, really well with the included Allen wrench. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my phone to it and hit the trails. I really like how sturdy that is. As I was shooting this scene, I was thinking, boy, do I need a GoPro or something I can mount a camera to my head. It was not easy holding the handlebars with one hand, holding the camera steady with the other hand, and trying to keep the phone in the camera frame at the same time. This was my best effort, but you know what? The phone stayed on really well, and I like the convenience of having it right here on my handlebars. All right, so as I place these wall mounts, I wanted to find a place that would be useful for me. So this is in the camper. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to place it right here on the wall. So therefore, when I'm not using my phone, I can just real quick throw it up on the wall and I know where it is. Plus it's relatively close to a charger. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this area with the alcohol pads, and then I'm going to install this, let it sit for 24 hours, and then test it out. All right, so it's been about 24 hours, and as you can see, I went a little higher than I had originally planned, but check this out. When I need it, I know it's right there. Plus, it's kind of convenient if I'm going to sit over here and watch a show on my phone or whatnot, but I have this relatively close to a plug, plus I know exactly where it is. In this video, we've been looking at Peak Design's mobile series. So what they did is, well, Peak Design is known for making their tripods, right? And so the engineers over there created their very own cell phone mounts. And in this video, we tried it in our car. We tried it on our bike. You know what? On the bikes are very important, because if you're out there mountain biking or even out there road biking, you need to make sure your cell phone will remain secure, because there's no need to drop it and crack those screens. They're very expensive. We also tried it on the wall, and of course, their little tripod that comes with it. It's a pretty sweet system. And if this is something that interests you, I'm going to leave a link down in the description. I will say one thing, as I was looking through their literature, currently they do not have a charging feature where you can slap your phone on there and charge, but that's something they are working on, at least for the car. I know that might be down the road, but that's just something I wanted you to know. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. All right, so I want to show you something interesting. While I was deliberating where to put these magnets, a lot of times I just left them on the back of the phone. But what I noticed is when I moved them, if I moved them, it actually activated parts of my phone. It told me to unlock it. Sometimes it told me that my S Pen was missing. So I just thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of Mobile, a new series by Peak Design. You know what? Not that long ago, I actually did a review of the DJI OM4, which is the upgrade, of course, from the Osmo 3, and it's a cell phone gimbal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video right up here, and I would love it if you would click on it. And by the magic of the internet, when you click this link right here, I'm going to join you at that video. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.